Picture this. You've just stepped off the plane at Ben Gurion Airport. You're exhausted, emotional. You've got 2 suitcases, a stack of documents, and about 100 questions racing through your mind. Where do I go first? Who do I talk to? How do I set up everything? Now picture this instead. Someone is waiting for you. They know your name, your file, your situation. They guide you through processing, drive you to your new apartment, which, by the way, already has food in the fridge. Your appointments for the week are scheduled. Your phone is ready. Your health insurance is sorted. That's not a fantasy. That's easy aliyah. Let's be real for a second. Making aliyah is one of the most meaningful decisions you'll ever make. But meaningful doesn't mean easy. The traditional process can take up to a year. You're dealing with the Jewish agency, Nefesh B'Nefesh, the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Aliyah and Absorption, each with their own forms, their own requirements, their own timelines. Birth certificates need to be translated. Documents need to be apostilled. You need notarizations, background checks, proof of Jewish heritage, and if even one piece of paper is wrong or missing, your entire timeline can get pushed back by months. And here's the thing, nobody tells you. The bureaucracy doesn't end when you land. After you arrive, you still need to register for a Tudat Zehut, open a bank account, enroll in a health fund, transfer your driving license, register for national insurance, find a place to live, sign a lease, set up utilities, get a phone plan. The list goes on and on. For most people, doing all of this in a foreign language, in a system you don't understand, without anyone to guide you, it's overwhelming. That's exactly the gap Easy Aliyah was built to fill. So what is Easy Aliyah? It's a private Aliyah concierge service, and the keyword there is concierge. This isn't a website where you download a checklist and figure it out on your own. This is a hands-on, personalized, end-to-end service that manages your entire Aliyah journey from first enquiry through to full integration in Israel. Think of them as your personal project manager for moving to Israel. They handle the paperwork, the appointments, the government liaisons, the housing search, all of it. And they routinely process applications in weeks, not the months or even the year-long wait that people experience going through other channels. The company was founded by Adam Kushner, and if you read the reviews, the same words come up again and again. Available day or night, went above and beyond. The best investment I made in my aliyah. One client described how Adam personally picked up documents in Netanya and hand-delivered them to the Jewish agency's office in Jerusalem to avoid a delay. Another talked about arriving in Israel during a period of conflict, and the team was right there, escorting them to appointments between sirens. That's the level of commitment we're talking about. Let me walk you through what Easy Aliyah actually does, stage by stage, because the scope of this is genuinely impressive. It starts before you even submit your application. Documents are where most people get tripped up, and it's where Easy Aliyah begins. They create a customized checklist based on your specific situation, your country of origin, your family composition, your unique circumstances. They tell you exactly what you need, provide templates and examples, and then personally review every document multiple times. They catch issues before the government does, wrong formats, missing apostles, translation errors, and make sure everything is right the first time. That alone probably prevents more delays than any other single intervention in the entire process. From there, they open your file with the Jewish agency and Nefesh B'Nefesh, handle the submission, and monitor your application with real-time updates. If there are delays, queries, or complications, their team steps in immediately. Your application doesn't sit in a pile being forgotten. It has someone actively watching it, following up, and pushing it forward. For more complex cases, disputed Jewish status, unrecognized conversions, incomplete records, or even prior application denials, Easy Aliyah has a dedicated team of Israeli immigration lawyers. These aren't generalists. They specialize in Aliyah and citizenship cases. They handle eligibility assessments, document verification, direct government liaison, and if needed, full appeals. They can represent you in hearings and build cases to support your right to citizenship. If your aliyah has been denied, they review the reasons, identify the gaps, gather new evidence, rabbinical endorsements, community letters, additional documentation, and they fight for you. When necessary, they'll take a case all the way to the administrative court. Because sometimes the answer isn't no. It's not yet, and not without the right advocate. And while all of this is being processed, they're also helping you plan the actual move. Neighborhood guidance, real detailed recommendations based on your lifestyle, your budget, your family's needs, not just a generic list of cities. School enrollment assistance for families, including coordination for children with learning needs, medical conditions, or language challenges. Shipping logistics for your belongings. And yes, even pet relocation, because your dog is making aliyah too, and apparently that involves its own paperwork. Now here's where Easy Aliyah really sets itself apart from everyone else, because for them, your aliyah doesn't end when you land. For most services, the airport is the finish line. For Easy Aliyah, it's the starting gun. On arrival day, they coordinate your airport experience, guide you through initial processing for your new immigrant documents, and arrange transport to your new home. And the apartment, this is the detail that keeps coming up in every review I've read. The apartment has food in the refrigerator. Someone on the team went to a supermarket, bought groceries, and stocked your fridge before you arrived. After 18 hours of travel, after leaving behind everything you know, you walk into a strange apartment in a new country, and there is milk and bread and fruit and hummus, and the quiet, unmistakable evidence that someone thought about what this moment would feel like for you. It's a small thing. It's also not a small thing at all. Over the next few weeks, they accompany you, in person, to every critical appointment. Zehut at the Ministry of Interior. Health fund registration. Opening a bank account. National insurance. Biometric ID. Driving license transfer. They translate conversations, explain the process, prepare you for what to expect, and make sure nothing falls through the cracks. These appointments, which can take most people weeks of confusion, repeated visits, and significant frustration, become managed, scheduled, one-and-done events. Because when you walk in with a professional who knows the system, knows the staff, and has every document prepared and organized, the experience is completely different. On the housing side, whether you're renting or buying, their real estate team helps you identify the right neighborhoods for your situation. Whether that's an English-speaking community in Ra'anana, a beachside vibe in Netanya, city energy in Tel Aviv, something family-oriented in Modi'in, or the history and spirit of Jerusalem. They connect you with trusted agents and developers, accompany you to viewings, and their in-house legal team reviews every contract before you sign. For buyers, they coordinate with mortgage brokers, banks, and lawyers to ensure everything complies with Israeli regulations. And for those who want the most comprehensive experience, their VIP Concierge Plus real estate service integrates immigration and housing into one seamless operation. One team, one point of contact, everything coordinated. For families or individuals managing a move across continents, having everything under one roof makes an enormous difference. Then there's all the day-to-day setup that nobody warns you about until you're standing in your new apartment wondering how anything works. Electricity, water, gas, internet, cable, landline, mobile phone plans, credit cards, and standing orders. Arnona registration, that's the municipal tax. And the Ole Chadash discounts you're entitled to, but nobody tells you about unless you ask. Parking permits. Easy Aliyah handles the lot. And they do something that a lot of services overlook entirely: employment integration. Israeli work culture is different from what most Olim are used to. Contracts work differently. Notice periods work differently. Something called pitsuim, severance pay, is a whole universe of rules you need to understand. If you're employed, they help you navigate contracts and employer obligations. If you're self-employed, they guide you through opening an OSEC Patur or OSEC Mersha file, VAT registration, income tax alignment, and pension setup. They essentially translate the Israeli working world into something you can understand and navigate without accidentally making expensive mistakes in your first quarter as a citizen. One of the things that impresses me most about Aliyah is how they handle the cases that aren't straightforward. Because not every aliyah follows the standard path. Families with children face multiplicative complexity. Every family member needs their own documentation, medical clearances, and school placement. If one child has special needs, now you're coordinating with Israeli educational frameworks, healthcare specialists, and therapy services in a system you've never encountered. Aliyah manages all of it: every child, every document, every school, every specialist, every referral. People making aliyah later in life often find the bureaucracy particularly overwhelming. The VIP concierge provides patient, respectful, white-glove support that removes the logistical stress entirely and lets them focus on what matters, settling into the life they've dreamed about, sometimes for decades. Entrepreneurs and business owners who need to be operational quickly benefit enormously from the expedited, comprehensive approach. And urgent relocations, whether driven by a job offer, a safety concern, or a family emergency, are a specialty. Aliyah has processed complete cases in as little as 10 to 14 days. 10 days from first call to Israeli citizenship. Most services can't return an email in that time. And for anyone whose application has been denied or delayed, because this happens more often than people realize, their legal team handles appeals with genuine expertise and determination. They work with rabbinical authorities, gather additional evidence, prepare thorough cases, and when necessary, escalate all the way to the administrative court. They've turned denials into approvals. They've opened doors that other services said were closed. Here's something important that I want to make sure comes through. Aliyah doesn't disappear after the first month. They remain available as an ongoing safety net. No question too small, no challenge too minor. 6 months in, you get a baffling letter from the municipality? Call them. A year in, your landlord tries something creative with the lease renewal? Their legal team has thoughts. You need to understand supplementary health insurance, or figure out how pensions work, or find an English-speaking specialist. They're a phone call away. They stay in your life as a resource for as long as you need them. And in a country where new questions never stop coming, that continuity matters more than you'd expect. And if you want to get a feel for what life in Israel is actually like before you make the move, or if you've already moved and you just want to feel seen, check out their content series called Aliyah Chill. It's honest, it's funny, there's no sugarcoating. Everything from Israeli apartment hunting to cost of living to cultural adjustment to the specific joy of navigating Israeli customer service. It's the kind of real talk that actually prepares you for what's ahead, and it's the content you'll wish had existed before you started. Look, making aliyah is always going to be a big deal. It's emotional, it's life-changing, and yes, it's complicated. But it doesn't have to be overwhelming. And it definitely doesn't have to take a year. Aliyah exists so you can focus on the parts that matter: preparing your family, learning Hebrew, getting excited about your new life, while the experts handle the logistics. Every document, every appointment, every government office, every utility, every contract, every question you haven't thought of yet. If you're thinking about making aliyah, or if you're stuck somewhere in the process and need help, head to easyaliyah.com. Whether you need a quick consultation or the full VIP experience, their team is ready to walk beside you every step of the way. Link in the description. Give it a thumbs up if this was helpful, subscribe, and share it with anyone you know who's considering making the move. Good luck, and welcome home.